Can you believe we've been living on a cruise ship for a year now? Our experiences on the ship and recent changes in the economy have led us to ask an important question. Did we retire too early?
It's a question a lot of people ask themselves. And today we're going to talk about our honest experiences and share with you what we've learned and what we've thought about. And maybe it'll help you too.
We're coming to you from our floating home, the Villa Vie Odyssey. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary of living at sea. It sure went by fast. It's been incredible, but it's also been a time of reflection. So we're looking back on our decision to leave our careers behind and embark on this new life.
And that reflection got a lot more serious when we started looking at some of the current financial forecasts and predictions. With talk of a possible recession and higher inflation, we had to step back and ask ourselves, did we do the right thing at the right time?
It's easy to look at our lives now and think it's all smooth sailing, no pun intended. We're traveling the world, but the truth is, we both have our moments of doubt. After all, we both had pretty successful long careers. It's very easy to play the what if game and think, well, what about the path not taken?
Exactly. And it really isn't all about the money. You know, for years we had careers and we were really good at it, both of us. And it kind of defined who we were. We were very proud of that. And having that position and that external validation felt really good. So to all of a sudden not have that anymore kind of throws you off your game when it first happens to you.
It really can. You come from a life that is very structured with very clear success metrics to suddenly you're living on a cruise ship, right? And you know, to be honest, there are times when sometimes I miss the intellectual challenge of all of that, you know, of working on a team with other people at the office and the camaraderie of working towards a common goal. And sometimes you can get in your head and you think, did I give that up too soon?
Yeah, same here. I loved what I did, you know, and I did it different places and leading people and driving results and seeing people develop and, you know, customers and everybody else. It really meant a lot to me. And it was such a positive part of my life for so long. So it's very easy sometimes to kind of go down the rabbit hole of, did I give all that up way too soon? What have I done?
If any of what we just shared resonates with you, here's some food for thought. For most of our adult lives, our value was tied to our doing. We were producers, managers, and achievers. The transition into retirement or a life of travel is a profound shift toward becoming a human being. This means finding worth in stillness, in observation, and in connection, not just in output. Here's the thing that cuts through all of that what-if thinking. We are both painfully aware that time is not a renewable resource. We both know too many people, family members included, who have worked all of their lives with the dream of traveling one day, but then have some unexpected health issue kind of get in the way and derail all of their dreams of traveling. We just really don't want that to be us.
Yeah, that's really the crux of it for us. The idea of losing our health and not being able to do what we want to do is way more scary to us than any kind of financial fear. The idea that we'd be 70 years old and we look back and say, I wish we would have done this younger, is terrifying, and we really did not want to do that.
And honestly, aging is accelerating. You don't feel it on a day-to-day basis, but one day you do stand up and your body makes these weird noises and you think, uh-oh, it started. We really want to be able to continue exploring the world while our knees and our hips and everything else is still in working order. We don't want to take one day for granted.
So when we stepped back and we really looked at it, any potential regret of leaving some money on the table by working longer was far offset by the risk and maybe the reality that we would be giving up healthy years that we could be traveling to work for more money. When we really looked at that, we were saying, this is something we can't do. We would make that trade-off anytime work less, live more while you can.
Amen. If we had waited, we would have missed this window entirely. We wouldn't have traveled Europe when we did. We wouldn't have discovered the Villa Vie Odyssey. We might not have bought our cabin when we did. Timing is everything.
It really is. And because we got in early, we got early bird pricing, which is cheaper even than it is now. And as Chris knows, I've never been an early bird in my life. I like to sleep in the morning. But this time, by getting in early, the early bird got the worm, and we're really glad we're here and we did what we did when we did it.
And it's not just the price. The cabins we love, the ones with the particular layout and the location on the ship and the balcony, well, those are selling fast. So there's no guarantee that the kind of cabin that we love would have been available if we had waited.
Yeah, that's right. We were very particular once we stepped back and evaluated that on what we wanted, especially location. So we got the one we wanted by going ahead and doing this. But maybe even more importantly than that, we would have missed this first circumnavigation of the Odyssey around the world, obviously. And we would have missed the inaugural cruise and making the startup come to life with this group of people at this time. We would have just been kind of watching it from the sidelines had we not gotten on when we did.
Speaking of living our lives, we are currently docked in Juneau, Alaska. Take a look because we ran into one of you.
Hello, Ida. Go DC Hidden Gems. Yeah.
From Juneau.
From Juneau, Alaska.
We're in Juneau and we finally got off the ship. We had to tender today and I've got a new friend here. We're actually here with friends. Then we're gonna rent a car today, which is a super cool thing to do. We are going to explore all over and not take the bus because we're going to have our own car. They've told us everywhere to go, and it gets us off the beaten path and a little bit away from some of the crowds. There are several cruise ships here today, but the best part of this so far has been these gorgeous animals. They're absolutely beautiful. They've got the most beautiful eyes you've ever seen, and it's been a while since we've interacted with a dog up close, and it's been a great day so far. So here's the car we're going to have for the day. We're super excited. We can definitely see it from a long way. As you can see, it's this cool blue color. Andrew's going to drive, which is great because we don't have to, and we're city people and don't do it that much. But we want to give a big shout out to Isaac. Isaac's the guy that we met when we first got on, and he had actually seen the channel and was so excited. We were so excited and loved his energy, and we thank you so much, Isaac, for being part of our community and for letting us get this great gig in Juneau.
Look for Isaac at the cruise port.
Look for Isaac in Juneau. Bye.
We've made it to Mendenhall Glacier, and it was pretty easy to get here. Fortunately, Mendenhall Glacier is one of the few glaciers that you can easily get to from a road. So we just drove right up to the visitor center, and it's just a short walk down a trail to get to both the glacier that you can see up close, and then you can also see Nugget Falls, which is just right here. It's really spectacular. We're in for some real luck today because we're seeing something that I had hoped we would see. Every now and again, a piece of the Mendenhall Glacier breaks off and floats into the lake, creating an iceberg in the middle of this small lake, and you can see it there.
So when you're lucky enough to explore around Alaska with your friends in a rental car, you can do things like this. We just pulled off the side of the road and you can see behind me Eagle Beach, which is a beach. But what's making it so cool for us today is we are here literally by ourselves. So I don't know if you can see behind me, but this is where the oceans and the rivers come together against this majestic backdrop of these mountains and the snow. It's like in the 50 degrees Fahrenheit here, so it's very comfortable, but you're looking at these snow-capped peaks. You're out here by yourself in this almost perfectly clean air, and it's just so cool. When you get off the bus and you get off the tours, it's kind of fun to explore this way, and we're loving it. So our friends Andrew and Carolyn just told us about these. They went on a tour yesterday and they saw these with their guide. They're called salmon berries, and it's because they look like salmon roe. And we just ate them and they're really good. They're incredibly tart, but we're here at Eagles Beach and just found these along the way. It's very cool, the stuff you see out here in nature, and we just tried them and they're great.
We have literally reached the end of the road. There's pretty much only one road that goes through Juneau from this end to this end. And when you rent a car, you have the option to drive all the way to the end, and that's what we've done. So you see it ends here, literally, but there is a steep little trail that goes down to a beachhead. So we're gonna take that, but we're gonna end it here. Look at what we would have missed if we hadn't have retired early. It was a very special time and place that never would have happened. And in some ways, we didn't fully retire because we kind of started a new chapter. We started a YouTube channel. It started out as a hobby, but it's kind of become a passion project. So in a sense, that is a new chapter for us.
This YouTube channel has kind of taken on a life of its own, and we're loving it. More than we thought we would, really. We're putting in a lot more hours than we thought we ever would, but it's really rewarding. Our interactions with you has really brightened our days, and it has really given us so much more than we ever thought.
It's the best part.
It is. We're thoroughly enjoying it. Of course, he loves all the technology and the editing and that kind of stuff. I don't, but he does. And so it gives him that, but it also documents our travels. It lets us stay in touch with family and friends, and we're going to look back on this one day and be so glad we have it. We're even getting sponsorship opportunities, which are really cool because you kind of have to reach a certain level at YouTube to get that. And it's really exciting. It kind of drives us. It's interesting to us. We're selective about what we do. It's a little scary, but it really lets us have a sense of accomplishment and a sense of purpose here in retirement.
That added pressure from sponsorships is real. But fortunately, we are in a position where the money is not what drives us here. So we're able to be selective in who we choose to partner with and only choose sponsorships that we really believe in.
Yeah, it's really important for us to do that. It's really important for us that you know that that's what we're going to do, because we will have some sponsorships, but we say no to way more than we say yes to. We also proactively manage our finances. We have a firm that manages everything for us, so we don't have to worry about it. We pay them to do that, so they sound the alarm if and when we need to do anything differently. That lets us focus on living our life and all the stuff that we want to do. In a few minutes, we'll give you a few tips that may help you in that area as well.
Now, we want to be very clear about something. We are totally aware that we are very fortunate and privileged to be able to retire early and to even have this conversation. We totally understand that not everyone is in a position to be able to retire early, and we want you to know that we don't take that for granted.
We absolutely do not. And our journey is just that. It's our journey. It's the result of many years of working hard and planning and saving and making sacrifices and doing things along the way that have gotten us here, along with a lot of luck and opportunities that we worked hard to take full advantage of. We know that that is not everybody's position, and this is definitely not a path that everyone can or should take.
But what we do want to do is encourage the act of planning itself. Whether you're thinking of retiring early or on a traditional timeline, or if you're already in the middle of your retirement journey, talk to the experts. Sit down with a financial advisor and find out the full picture of what's possible for you.
And if you're a younger person, this is such an opportunity for you. Get a plan and start saving something, even if it's a small amount. The future you will so appreciate the fact that you only had one Starbucks coffee today instead of two, and that you put the money for that second one into your savings plan with discipline. Making choices like that today really sets you up for your future and lets you live the life you want to when you're 50 years old and older.
For those who are older and who actually have saved enough money, what we're also talking about is the classic dilemma of the one more year syndrome. It's that classic trap that so many older people fall into where they know they've saved enough money, but they think, well, I'll be extra safe if I work for one more year. And they keep saying that year after year. Try not to fall into that trap if you can avoid it.
It's not always about the money, though. It's kind of a psychological safety blanket. You're comfortable, you have a routine, you have an identity, you know what you're doing. And as long as you keep doing that, you don't have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, is it time for me to say what's next? Am I really the old person in the mirror saying, I need to retire? What am I now? Those are the things that are going to come up when you finally look at not doing one more year.
We could have easily fallen into the one more year trap. We could have easily thought about that extra bit of financial cushion we could have gotten if we had waited longer, but we needed to weigh that against the things that we could never get back, and that's our health and our time. And we see so many people who've waited so long that they regret it.
Yeah. For us, the antidote to one more year syndrome was we got crystal clear about one thing. We were retiring from work, but we were retiring to a lifestyle that we were so excited about, traveling the world like we're doing now. So when we really put it in that perspective, for us, the decision was so easy to make.
Did we retire too early?
No.
Our honest answer is no. We may have ended our careers a little earlier than most, but we started a new adventure that's frankly much more exciting than we could have ever imagined. What do you think? What are your plans for retirement? Did you retire too early or just right? Let us know in the comments.
And check out our memberships. We have 3 levels of memberships. And starting now, we're putting our shorts in the memberships. So if you're interested in our shorts, which are now going to be more behind the scenes and casual, you'll see a lot more kind of raw footage than you're used to seeing before. Become a member. Check it out. Thanks for being here today, and we will see you soon. Bye.